Hey, everybody, welcome to the Blue Bee. Today we are going to finish our project that we started out yesterday. So if you remember, yesterday we did these molds and it is now completely dry and onto our board. And off camera, I took an opportunity to take the remnants of my paper. I decoupaged it on this board. And then I am going to add here a saying today. So this says, happiness is like a butterfly. Hi, whoever just tuned in. Hello. So we're going to do it really fast today. I just wanted to show everybody that just kind of doing a collage. So using things that you have around you. Do you want to come watch? Do you want to watch what I'm doing? I'm shy now. We have customers in the shop, so this is a lot of fun having customers. So when you are using a bag.
Oh, you're fine. Yeah,
Thank you. Thank you for stopping in. Safe travels back to Texas. And congratulations. Welcome.
in the bag. Who is it like?
Give me one quick second. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're actually going to, I don't know, I'll just switch the camera view on this one. Here in Missouri, I don't know where everybody's tuning in from, but here in Missouri, we have some of the residual effects of the fires that are going on out west. I think everybody, we need to bind together and pray for those that are fighting those fires and also those that are in the path of those fires. Unfortunately, it is just awful. And I can't even imagine being out there. So there's residual effects from the fire. So we have just a haze in the sky, and our air quality here in Missouri is not that awesome. So if I catch my breath, that's what's going on. So I just wanted to let you know in advance. So we're going to go back. We're using today Homestead Blue. And I'm just going to put, my husband got me a Ziploc bag so I can put the paint on it. Because it's been nonstop today, guys. Nonstop, which is beautiful and absolutely awesome. So we're learning our rhythm in our shop. So when you are painting any kind, and when you're going to paint with sponges, what you want to do is make sure that you're not painting too wet. Okay, so you're going to load your sponge and then you're going to dab off. Okay, so dabbing off is you're going to just dab off in a separate part. And if there is any texture on your sponge, you have way too much paint, but that's really good right there. And all we're going to do is we're just going to basically lightly press on the top surface of our project. We're using Homestead Blue. I think it's a beautiful color to go along kind of like into fall. It is a traditional greenish blue. Depends on the lighting in the room, what it's going to pull, but it's going to look absolutely gorgeous with our original butterfly wall art here. We're doing a collage of wall arts. So what's everybody up to today? It's a Thursday, so it's workshop night here. Okay, so it literally is such a quick process. You just dab it on there. Okay. Okay, so we're dabbing, and then I'm going to take my words camera's gonna kind of go wonky. And you just want to lay them out. This is such an easy process. Now here's the little bit harder part is when you start to glue these on. But we're going to do our words all this exact same color, okay? So I'm sure everybody knows how to dab their words, so I'm not going to show you, I'm not going to model that for you right now. I'm just going to scoot that up. And then once my butterfly, and then also just the placement, no, just send it up there. So my husband's going to just take a shot of this, and I'm going to go grab a couple more colors. Like I said, it's been kind of wild, crazy around here today, so okay. So I am grabbing Enchanted Echinacea. This one is pressed fern, and then we have our plaster. And I'm going to use these colors to show you how I'm going to paint my molds. You can, that always happens to me, guys. You can paint your molds wet. So you can paint them as you glue them on. And you're just going to use inexpensive brushes when you're doing this. So I'm going to take my
That's good.
press fern, thank you. And I'm literally just painting it on my mold. Okay, so you're just going to kind of push that in a bit. And I'm going to grab some of that plaster and go over my edges. And as I am painting, I am blending my colors together in the process of painting. I am not blending separate. I am blending them together as I am painting. And this kind of gives it a more, I don't know, a variant type finished product. So you want to make sure, I really like to use the cheaper brushes because you can brush harder. And also sometimes the cheaper brushes have harder bristles so they can get really deep into those grooves, okay? So I'm super simple, super, super simple. We're going to go over to our Enchanted Echinacea. And one thing that I would say is, if you notice, I'm not changing out my brush, and I did not clean out my brush because we want to have that variation of a natural introduction of the greens because with our colors, because we want it to complement each other. Okay. And I love this Enchanted Echinacea. Looks so beautiful. Look how gorgeous that looks with that butterfly right there. Just stunningly beautiful. And this is your piece, so you can sit there and say, it doesn't have to be real. It doesn't have to be realism. So you can pick whatever colors you want for your daisies. What other disease, I mean, I have echinaceas in my yard. I love echinacea flowers. So kind of fun using that color. We're going to use this pebble. And if you notice, just mixing the colors in your brush on your mold, you get that nice variation of texture, and you're also getting that nice variation of color in your project. And literally, you don't have to be overly particular. I do enjoy using a color, one of my base colors that is going to blend well with my background color. So the background color on this is a very close to a plaster. And I'm just going to kind of touch the tops of my flower. Okay, so just touching the tops of my flowers. Now we're going to go over here to my big flower. And we sell these molds at the Blue Bee. And the beauty of these molds is you can use them over and over and over and over again. They are perfect for use if you love to make chocolates or any pressed like fondants or anything like that. You can, they are designed so they are food safe. Now, naturally, you're not going to want to mix your food with your craft mold. You're going to want to make sure that you have two separate molds. But if you are a cake maker, how beautiful would these flowers be with that, you know, the cake paint. I'm not a cake maker. But I think it would be stunning. I would love that on a cake. Some beautiful molds. And so much easier than piping them all, I think, coming from a non-cake world. So if you notice, this goes together pretty fast. And then you have such texture and definition, you know, some variance in your project. How's the world out there today, guys? I am using Fusion Mineral Paint. It will seal because there is a tough coat built into this paint. So with that being said, I don't have to go back after my paint dries and use a sealant because that tough coat is already built into the paint itself, which makes it absolutely awesome. Okay. Up in there. Go around. We're just going to kind of get a little bit more definition. Get those tops with our darker color. Kind of get some of those so we have some light shades in there. Okay. There we go. What do you think so far? Do you love it? What do you think? And if you have where some of your paint came off onto your project, which I have a little bit right there, no big deal. Just paint over it. The beauty of paint always can be painted over. And then you can just add a little bit of variation as well. I like to kind of go along with just adding a little bit more of a pop of color because this paper is a little muted. So I just like to add a little pop of color just to kind of bring it to life and bring these molds definitely to the forefront of the design. And I see this, if you have a mantle, how gorgeous would this be sitting on a mantle like this, and just like pictures of your grandparents in front of it, those old-fashioned pictures, or you could put a basket in front of it and just drape some flowers through it to pull more dimension into it, or you could hang it as an art piece. So many different things that you can do. And we never can, I don't think we could ever find all the uses for art. We always need to be stretching and reaching for new ways of how to use art in our lives. I'm just grabbing I do have finer tip brushes. So I'll probably go back and get all my edges just to make sure that they are all painted. Isn't that pretty? You like it?
Mhm.
Pretty cool, pretty cool. We're gonna add some of that homestead blue, just so we are duplicating colors because I envision this actually hanging together, with my other piece. So I just want to add a little bit of those pops of my homestead blue, and I'm just gonna add that into, my leaf right there. Give it a little bit of dimension, more dimension because these are 3D. So, and also we're just pulling in colors. What's going to, when you're creating a piece like this, just look at the colors that are already present and just pull in colors from them. So we have the echinacea type colors here that we pulled in. We have some plaster colors as our base color. And then we do have some of that greens and homestead blues, you know, that tealish, kind of blues in here. So we just kind of pulled those colors into there. And then also our butterfly up here. So we're just pulling in the colors. So your eye just kind of drifts. You know, you're noticing here's the direction that our eye is going to go, on this project. Okay, so that's the movement that we want our eye to take. Like that. And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to come back. I'm going to take my stencil, my sponge. I'm going to come back. I'm going to sponge all of these, and then I'm going to just glue them onto my baseboard, and then that one will be finished. And what we're creating is a wall collage of different, butterfly and flower inspired pieces. So stay tuned. We will be back here tomorrow at 1 o'clock. I'm probably going to change the time, till I'm thinking 9 a.m. is going to be better to actually go live before I'm open, because I want to make sure that my customers that walk in do have my full attention. So I'm probably going to start doing my lives at 1 o'clock. 9 o'clock in the morning. And then I will definitely, let you know of my schedule. So if you're on my page and you want to sign up for one of my workshops, we have workshops that are posted on the website. So let me know, and I will talk to you guys all very, very soon. Okay, stay creative. Bye.